we get this idea that we've got to find that unicorn, that we got to find that perfect person who matches us and our family exactly perfectly. You know, and I'll get a little awkward here. You look at David and I. You know, my wife wears skirts and head coverings. His wife is kind of glamorous and whatnot. We might not actually, our lifestyles might not dovetail exactly. We don't have to dovetail exactly in our lifestyles. We have to agree in certain basic things, and we have to be willing to work together and spend a minimum amount of time here. They can go home and they can say, did you see what she was wearing? I guarantee you when we leave here, we will say that about Mrs. Nick. Did you, did you see her? I'm kidding. But the point is, you're not looking for that perfect person, that perfect family that you can move into your house and there'll be zero friction. You didn't find that person when you got married, you know? You're looking for a family you can spend a couple hours with a month, you know? And when things get really stupid, then you guys can cooperate and work together. And so many times, and I've done it, and I've had other people do it. They'll comment on my channel, oh, I can't find anybody I can trust. Well, no, that's not true. You can find people you can trust. You can't find anybody that you've got Walt Disney magical feelings about, and that's not what we're looking for. I got one of my good friends here is the prepper librarian, and since we're filming, I won't use his name. But this is a highly educated man with this high-powered, you know, high-paying white-collar job, and I'm a little goofy construction worker. And we're in completely opposite stages of life, and he's got all this energy and he does everything, you know, to the nth degree, and I've got no energy and I do nothing at all. But we work together really, really well.
You do know the lines of sin.
I'm honestly not lying, Sasquatch, I promise. So on the surface, we don't look like we work, but we work really well, and we see each other at least once a week, usually at Sunday school. We go to the Sunday school class together. That's actually where we met. And I've called him before and said, hey, I need help. And he's like, okay. And he's there. So, you know, don't look for that perfect match. There's not a perfect match. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone off on that rant. I am not a bug out guy. In fact, Pastor Fox has scolded me a little bit about that in a video. But my big thing is the militia. Every man is responsible. God, this thing is so heavy. Every man is responsible for the safety and security and the freedom of his and those around him. And you can't outsource that to bare minimum wage employees. You know, just because they have a nice blue uniform and shiny badges doesn't mean that you can outsource your family's freedom and safety and security. So this is my Minuteman loadout. This is what I go grab if I ever got to function in my primary role as in the general militia. It's pretty simple. It's based off of what I carried in the Marine Corps. This is a Y harness. We used H harnesses and LBVs, but I got this one for free, so I decided to use it. I got my butt pack. I don't put a lot in here. I don't have gloves, which I need, but basically I've got 2 days rations, beans and rice, which is not a great option because they have to be cooked. You'd prefer to have something you don't have to cook. But basically a pound of beans and rice is basically a day's ration for a full-grown man. Not quite. You could starve to death on that if you're doing a lot, but it'll keep you going for a little while. I've got my very basic first aid kit, nowhere near as high speed as David's. I need to upgrade my first aid kit. My fire starter stuff. And that's pretty much it. I got my food in here. That's 2 pounds. That's 2 days of food if you're just trying to keep body and soul together. So think about that. You know, if we actually had to bug out with the whole family, there's what, 9 of us in the house? We need 9 pounds a day. So if just 2 days, you're talking about 18 pounds of just food. You haven't even touched water yet, which is actually more important than even the food, really. Weight is a big deal. And then I've got the usual little stuff in here, my 550 cord, and that's a lot of 550 cord. That's why I couldn't find this last time, Pastor Fox. We were trying to make a bow drill to start a fire, and I couldn't find my 550 cord. And that's pretty much it. There's some, tape. Electrical tape is really useful. So I can grab this and go, and obviously this would be paired with my rifle. I have a real simple basic AR-15 with 20-inch barrel. I've got the integral carry handle. I don't like those removable carry handles. I know there's a high-speed, low-drag operators. They can do that. I'm not a high-speed, low-drag operator. Look, I got dad bod, you know. Those things can come loose, and I might not check it, you know. I might come back from the range. I might have taken it off at the range to play with the guy's optic and forgot to zero my carry handle back in, and now I don't have iron sights. I like the integral carry handle. It's just simpler for those of us who aren't going to be Rambo. And that's pretty much it. The other thing I did, I've got my, I'm a silly guy.
Yeah,
I've
are.
got my old Moonbeam. This is a terrible option. I mean, this is probably 2 pounds by itself.
Nostalgia will get you killed.
Yeah, no, it's silly. If I had a
You
brain
can fight
in my
with
head,
it,
I'd have
though.
a little one with an LED bulb. Yeah, this is a club. But I just like this. It was given to me by an old Vietnam vet who I was real close to, and after he died, his widow gave me all of his old gear. And this was his, and it's silly. I shouldn't be carrying it, but I like it.
Can't hurt him.